If you need to hang something heavy on drywall, but you can't drill holes into the wall for whatever reason, keep watching because in this video, I'm gonna put an alternate option to the test to see how well it works. Let's do this. Terry Fredericks from the Reluctant DIYers community asked the question, what about us renters who have a lease that says, well, we can't put a hole, big holes at least, into our drywall? Well, here's an alternative. It's made by 3M and they call it the Claw. The Claw comes in various different size ratings. This one is rated for 25 pounds, but they're rated to handle from 15 all the way up to 65 pounds. The best part, you don't need a drill or a screwdriver to make this thing work. In the package, there are a few different components. The first is the spot marker. We'll come back to that here in a moment, but it has a gray and a white side. Remember that detail. You also have some instructions, which we're never going to use, and the Claw itself. Now, the Claw is made out of a hardened steel, and it's formulated specifically for drywall. This flat side goes right up against the actual drywall itself, and these two prongs that stick out of the back get pushed directly into the drywall. So the concept of this spot marker seems interesting. You peel the sticky off of the gray side and you stick it to the back of whatever it is that you're going to be hanging with the pointy end up against the hardware you'll be hanging off of. In my test picture, I have these little teeth at the top that you hang off of. But when you put it on here, because of the depth of my picture, I can see I'm already gonna have a problem. Peel the white part off. When you push it up against the wall, the white part will stick to the wall and the gray part will remove itself from the back of whatever you're hanging. But I can't make contact against the wall because my teeth are sticking out further than my spot marker. Now, if you had a picture that was flat on the back, I can see how this would work really well. But for me in my test, didn't really work super well. The alternative here is you can just stick the spot marker up against the wall with the pointy part right where you want to hang your heavy item from. Grab a pencil and make a little dot underneath the little V at the bottom of the spot marker. Peel the spot marker off of your wall, you'll see your pencil mark. Take the 3M Claw and at the bottom there's a little divot. Place your pencil mark in that divot and now you push it into the wall. No, you push it into the wall. All right, it is not easy to push this thing into the drywall. Now I'm doing this on a test wall, so I had to like step on my feet on this thing to hold it in place to get some leverage. If it was a real wall, maybe it was a little bit easier to do, but in my test, it was not easy to push this thing in. Once you have it into the wall, you can hang whatever you want on here. Now here's another challenge. Because of where my hardware is on this picture, it's right up at the top of this frame. You see that a little bit of that claw is hanging out of the top, and I don't like this at all. If your hanging hardware is, I would say, a good 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch below the edge of what you're hanging, I think this will work out well and you won't have this problem. But for me, it didn't work so well. Once it's in the wall, I wanted to test the weight to see if it could hold what it said it could. This one is rated for 25 pounds, and it held this 25-pound dumbbell like a champ. It looks like it's sticking out of the one side, but I think this is actually user error. I did not get that side pushed in all the way when I installed it, so I can't blame the Claw for that one. This is my fault. Now 3M says that you can remove these claws and use them again as long as the teeth are not damaged. Pulling this one out, you can see they are not damaged. So I'm gonna throw it back in and test it with extra weight. So I'm taking that 25 pounder and adding a 10 to it. And once we get it in here, it's actually holding. I'm shocked. It's 10 pounds over what it's rated. But when I tug on the wire a little bit, that baby came right out of the wall. But the tear out from the test is not bad at all. Now these claws are only made for hanging pictures or photos and heavy mirrors. You cannot hang shelves or anything else. Also, do not pair two claws next to each other and expect to get double the rating. So if you put a 25 and a 25, you're not gonna hang something that's 50 pounds. Don't go over 25, even if you have two of them right next to each other. Overall, I would say that I'm impressed with these claws. It takes a little effort to get them installed, they're super easy to remove, and even though I had the issue with the little overhang at the top of my picture and the spot marker not making contact to the wall, that was just because of the picture that I was using. I can't fault the claw for that. You might be wondering how these claws match up to a more traditional self-drilling drywall anchor, and if so, you can click or tap on this video. And until the next time, keep doing it yourself.